Hey, what's up, guys? Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. We're going to dive right into some collective messages around the Divine Masculine Collective because I do feel like somebody's masculine is freaking out. They're freaking out. They're freaking out over your freedom. I feel like it's very triggering too because I've been picking up on energy of like irritation, a lot of anger as well. And they feel very possessive because you are free to go in any direction as well that you want to, Divine Feminine. So they don't know who you're spending time with. If many of you are having just suitors come towards you, they're vastly different than from like who your counterpart is, okay? And I'm also hearing like detective, okay? So many of you might be like, oh, well, how is he gonna know it's intuitive? Like, how would he know that? Oh, believe me, okay? They watch. They watch very closely. So I feel that it's just that part of the journey where they're feeling like this irritation of like I'm getting quicksand, okay? It's like, or not even quicksand, but it's like when you get your feet stuck in the mud and it's very hard to get your feet out, or when you get caught in deep snow, um, and then it's like, oh man, and then you really have to kind of pull yourself out. That's what I feel like they're feeling, like they can't move with this energy. They can't move fast enough. They feel like they just have to sit there for a while and watch it all unfold. So I'm going to see what's happening in your life, Divine Feminine. We're going to start there. We're going to start with what's going on with you that may be extremely triggering for your masculines to watch right now, as they're either stuck in the mud, stuck in the snow. What is going on with the Divine Feminines right now? Too many. Just one or two cards to work with at a time, please, universe. Thank you. Okay, so we have forming structure and we have a solid foundation. So you are definitely minding your own business, and I feel like you're working on your stability, or many of you have created stability, and now you're just at the top here, feeling extremely balanced. I feel like many of you have so many options of what it is you want to do. A lot of you might have a lot of free time. You want to dabble in new projects. A lot of you are feeling very free financially as well. So that could be something very exciting for you, where you have the chance to do something new. You're finally feeling that stability where you're looking to venture out. So I feel like that's really irritating to a lot of your masculines, because the last thing on your mind right now is focusing in on this connection, and it's a change from a lot of the past energy and cycles that you have been through, Divine Feminines. I feel like this is a time for you to continue focusing on maybe some of the goals that you've set for yourself, whether it's personal, financial. I feel like many of you are bringing to life as well your inner child. So many of you may be experiencing things or wanting to do things that you've always wanted to do. You just haven't had either like the time or the finances or the company, like whatever it is. Many of you are now finally stepping out, and someone feels like they're just stuck having to watch this. And I feel like it's really triggering to your masculines, because I'm hearing for some of you, like, I can't even put it into words. Let me try to figure out how I'm going to put this into words. Because some of you might come from the same small town, like small town girl. That's what I'm hearing. You are nothing like that small town girl like you were before. And that's how they always saw you. But to see you in this solid energy as well. And many of you may be doing this solo. You could be on your own. Many of you could have children. Another thing with solid foundation is many of you are kicking ass at having really positive relationships in your life, including co-parenting relationships. So that's a side note for some of you. Some of your masculines could be extremely triggered, maybe like thinking that life was going to play out for you differently according to some of the things that you've been through. But I see like sunshine, Divine Feminine. The sun is coming out for you. And I feel like there's a lot of people who feel like they're watching you step out of this comfort zone energy. Maybe you were seen as hermiting before. You had a lot on your plate. You were clinging to things. You were not sure of which direction you were going to go in. And I feel like, what did you guys do to get you out of that? Oh, you guys took action. Jupiter came in there like, what are you doing? Sobbing and sulking. Let's go. It's not in your birth chart to sit and sulk for too long. So Jupiter came in and taught you guys a lesson around. I feel like carving out new beginnings for yourself. Many of you created. That's why I'm saying a lot of you who did this solo, right? You took charge of your own journey. I feel like there's many people who might have like gossiped about you, talked about you, laughed about you, and many of you went into like this underground mode where your silence had people going, yeah, that's what I thought, you know? Like, who knows where they are now? But little did they know that you were working on yourself silently, and now is the time where many of you are coming out and enjoying a lot of this structure, this balance, the abundance that you've created for yourself. It's way out of your comfort zone. That's why I'm feeling for a lot of you. Somebody is saying like you're no longer that small town girl anymore. I don't know what that means for some of you. Maybe you're doing different things. You're doing things to step out of your comfort zone. Maybe a lot of you are traveling, right? Somebody thought you'd never leave this small town. It could be opposite as well. Some of you stayed in that small town and now you could be somewhat of like a celebrity in your small town. You're not doing things the way everybody else is doing it. You've created a sense of structure and freedom in your life that everybody around you are like, how the hell did you do that? So, man, look at that. Courage at the bottom of the deck coming up with action as well. I feel like many of you Divine Feminines, your masculines are watching you reap the rewards of taking a hit while you were down. And I think that that's what many of you did. You went into to training mode. That's what I feel like you did, Divine Feminines. A lot of you started training. And I feel like a lot of the habits that you keep now, you had to form those habits while you were down. I feel like there's two paths that you can take while you're down. You're either going to stay down or you're going to take that hit and then eventually get back up. And I feel like that's what many of you did, and that's why people see you as like, you've changed. You've really changed. And I feel like it took a lot of courage to do that. I feel like you rose above a lot of the negativity that was weighing you down as well. Because many of you felt it. Like, you felt the dark night of the soul, and then you also would have felt like a lot of the whispers as well. Around some of the decisions that you would have made about this twin flame journey and how you allowed it to influence your life, how you allowed it to influence like who you were. I feel like many of you, this union energy might have come into your life with your counterpart, with your divine masculines, and you might have taken this very seriously. You integrated it into every single part of your life. I'm hearing as well for a lot of you, like, you got yourself into hot water, Divine Feminines, by opening up your mouth about this whole twin flame experience, this whole twin flame journey. You started talking about it. Before you knew it, you started experiencing the tower moment in your own life. You didn't have all of this foundation. I feel like because of all of this, and yet another thing is the reason I feel like a lot of your masculines are now stuck in the mud is because when you were going through your tower moment, they might have ghosted you. Like, what? Me? Her? I don't know her. What are you guys talking about? A lot of you would have experienced that, where you were kind of left on your own. And that's why I feel like somebody is now watching you rise above and experience a lot of this freedom that you created all by yourself. It's like they are now experiencing this union energy very heavily, and look what just fell out of the deck here. We have the separation and the timeout energy. You're nowhere to be found. That's why they feel like they just have to watch this. You put them at a distance, or now that you've reemerged to create these new beginnings for yourself, they no longer see you as like that small town girl. Even approaching you now is a bit of a big task for many of them. They've never felt this sense of nervousness before. Now they're feeling like they gotta, check themselves a little bit. That's what has them so irritated. Let's see what's going on with the Divine Masculine's energy. What's behind this irritation? Okay, so we do have the Fate, Detour, and Divine Intervention. So they could be experiencing Detour energy where they're now watching you create this solid foundation, and it's like now that they want to catch up with you, it's like one thing going wrong after the next. Relationships falling apart, relationships changing. I also see too, we have water signs at the top of the deck. So this masculine or you divine feminine could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But something I was hearing as well is like with the detour and divine intervention, they're now experiencing what you had to go through with a lot of the losses because of this journey. Because believe me, like everything is falling apart. I feel like everything that they chose in place of going down this path of honesty with you, divine feminine, they chose the opposite path. But I feel like either way, your energy still came in and crumbled everything in their life now, because the feelings for you never went away. I feel like it crept back up on them. I feel like, you know, like that backing away and ghosting you at a time where you were having your tower moment because of this. You were being honest about your feelings, or you were being honest about the journey in some way, because we got that union energy coming through, right? Many of you started integrating this. You started realizing, whoa, I'm having this spiritual experience. Let me start opening up about it. You had somebody back the hell away from you on that one. And now the energy is coming back to haunt them. Okay? A lot of illusion, confusions. What's behind that? We have, celebration, abundance, gifts. This is you, divine feminine, and I feel like this is the energy they are now stuck in. It's like when you take off, you know, like they say, the rose-colored glasses, and I'm hearing reality check. Someone's getting a big reality check. I feel a lot of remorse and regret as well. They could feel very, very emotional. It's like a mix of, you know, when you get so angry, you end up crying. That's what I feel is happening with someone. It's like they've never felt regret in this way before. They didn't think that things were going to pan out like this or turn out like this. So someone's having to watch. It feels like you know, maybe free yourself of this journey, become less codependent on this energy. Look at the separation card coming up again. So you have distance, time out, retreat, separation coming up twice. Time apart from this person is now on the horizon. While it's like right when you know, come out shining and on top, they feel like, I think I recently shared a reading on this energy as well, where I said someone feels like they burnt bridges with you at a time where they're like stuck. That's that mud energy. They feel like they're just stuck. They could want to express to you like I'm sorry. Okay. That could be a big song synchronicity as well. If you guys just look up the song Sorry and see what comes up. Someone expressing their deep regret. And I was getting that song as well, like Baby Come Back, Any Kind of Fool Could See. There was something in everything about you. Like it just comes off as like, there was something in everything about you. The way it sounds in the song, like check it out guys, listen to it. It sounds so emotional. It sounds so full of like regret. Just come back. It's like now they're starting to see that there was something in everything about you. So the regret they feel is like all of those opportunities that they had in the past and what they did with it. I feel someone breaks out into tears because they feel like they were cheated by the universe, or they feel like, didn't we get illusions? They feel like the universe tricked them. They're so pissed off at like, it feels like, you know, like if there was a God, like I don't believe in any of this, because it's like, why would you make me treat this person this way only to reveal that it's like I love them with everything in me? That's what I feel. Like that song makes me feel so emotional right now. That's how they feel. They feel so pissed off at the universe that it's like, why would you do this to me? You know, somebody could be suffering with their finances and career, or it could be that maybe this is all you're focused on at this time. This could be all of this abundance, this celebratory energy as well. You're finding your way. You're finding your way by yourself, divine feminine, and it's attractive. It's beautiful. You're no longer codependent, so I definitely know many of you are feeling balance. This is why I'm saying, like, finances is playing a big role in all of this. Many of you are like, what do I do with all of this free time? You know, what do I want to experience? Many of you are actually having to set financial goals for yourself. Watch that, because I'm hearing in my head a windfall of money. I know that's in the fairy tarot somewhere. Let me get it. Let's get a tarot message for the Divine Feminines. Especially if many of you are wondering, like, what do I do, universe? What does the universe want you to know? Okay, I don't want that many cards. May I just get one card for the Divine Feminines? One or two? What do you want the Divine Feminines to know about their abundance and the gifts? Do you want the Divine Feminines to know, universe? Okay, there we go. So we have release, let go of the past. Okay, so an ending that makes way for new opportunities, time to move on. All right, Divine Feminines, there you have it. And I feel like that's exactly what I started off the reading by saying, is that many of you are venturing off, you are taking off, you are allowing yourself to release this part of the journey, or you're not slowing down for anything. I'm hearing that many of you, you're not going backwards. You're really taking off with this feeling of detachment. You're no longer like codependent or focused on trying to figure out this union energy, maybe like you did in the beginning. Because I feel like many of you had a huge focus on the love, the romance, but you freed yourself in some way. You know, calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, visualizations have been answered. This is about going after union with, I feel like, ideally yourself, right? Like what your counterpart taught you was to focus on yourself. And when many of you started focusing and pouring into yourselves, that's when you started realizing, like, wait a second, in order for me to really have the things that I desire and the things that I want. And that was a lot of that's where a lot of blocks were for many of you, was that this connection was heavily clouding your energy. I feel like a lot of you, that's why your masculines feel so much regret, because, you know, there was a time where a lot of you were pouring so much into this connection, and that's why you're being called to release it now, or in the past you've been called to release it and pour all of that love into you. And I feel like for a lot of you, what that looked like was like giving yourself everything that you've always wanted, and now you're doing that so effortlessly. And someone else feels either left behind or like they can't come along on this part of the journey with you. And it's really frustrating because, again, with the burn your bridges, or burn your bridges, I don't know what that means, but, you know, burn the bridges in this connection, they're having to sit with that deep regret of feeling like they did that. Like they can't even enjoy you and all of this beautiful, abundant, fruitful, gorgeous energy that you're in, Divine Feminine, because, you know, maybe when you were at a time where you didn't have all of this abundance flowing in, that's the time where they chose to disappear. So I feel like, you know, it's like now that they're trying to reappear as you're in this abundant energy, the universe will block it in every single which type of way possible. And I feel like they're feeling punished by it. Like their karma is actually having to sit down and watch this unfold in front of their eyes. And it's like they can't even reach out, speak up, do anything about it. So, yeah, it's like they feel like the universe is like, hey, be lucky you can even watch it. Okay? Be lucky you can even watch it. So that's what I'm getting, Divine Feminines. If you guys would like a personal session with me just to unwind, release, talk about this journey, I am here for you. Reach me over at Hypsy.com. I have some of the links in the description box. And I do have channel memberships as well, guys, where I offer tons of mature audience readings, 18 plus, more on the sensual sides, and a lot more of the deeper insights into the journey as well from my perspective. And from my experiences. So check me out in the memberships. You might even find somewhat of a part 2 to this message. Otherwise, yeah, guys, I'll catch you in the next one, okay? You guys take it easy. Bye.